I have a question for you. Do you like being upside down? If the answer is yes, you've come to the right place. We're going to learn how to headstand. If the answer is no, or I don't know, then this is perfect because I'm going to break down how to do a classical headstand practice at home comfortably and safely. All right? So, first step, we have to warm up. What you're going to do is practice dolphin pose. So to do that, you want to make sure that your elbows stay underneath your shoulders. You can come to your knees, and then you're going to bring your hands together, interlace your fingers, and then place your hands down. Now, one thing to note is that when I put my hands like this bottom pinky, my left pinky in this case, is making it so that I can't put my right hand flat on the ground. So what you do is tuck that pinky under. Got that? So now both of the pinky edges of my hands can be safely flat on the floor. So back to elbows on the ground. Both of the outside edges of my hands are on the ground. I'm going to tuck my toes and lift my knees off the ground. We're going to do dolphin pose to warm up for our headstand, which will help to warm up your core. So make sure to keep your elbows underneath your shoulders. They're going to want to splay out naturally, but your job is to squeeze them in, engage your muscles by pulling the elbows towards each other, metaphorically speaking, right? Like energetically, you want your muscles engaged. You're lifting up, shoulders are away from your ears, and that's your form, all right? Now this is your inhale. With your exhale, I want you to bring your chest forward so your chin goes past your hands. And then you inhale back up. And then exhale. So let's do a couple of these together. Inhaling, exhale. Inhale, exhale. This is going to help open up range of motion in your shoulders. It strengthens your core, and it also strengthens your legs, which is everything we need for a rockin' headstand. All right, now that we've got that, we're warmed up. You can drop your knees back down. Come on up to sit, and we'll stretch the arms a bit. So shake the shoulders. Bring your right arm up. Pat yourself on the back. And then take your left hand to the elbow and pull. Woo, good. So this is opening my arms so that I have the range of motion to hug my head in a headstand. If possible, bring that left hand back. Grab your fingers and stretch here. Pull the ribs in. Take a few breaths. We'll stretch it out. Good. Release. Shake. And then left arm. So reach up. Pat yourself on the back. Hand comes to the elbow. Push it back. Opening up the arms, the shoulders. If you can handle it, maybe this hand comes back. And breathe. Pull the ribs in. Good. Release. Shake it out. So those are two things you can do to warm up for your headstand before you fully jump into the practice. Now, before we go into it, I want you to remember that your headstand is balancing 80% of your weight on your elbows and your arms and only 20% on your head, right? Even though we're standing on our head, you want to take most of the weight into your arms so you do not injure your neck. That's very important, all right? So, same setup. You want to keep your elbows locked in position underneath your shoulders. You interlace the fingers, you tuck the bottom pinky under so both hands are flat on the floor, and you look down to really make sure that your elbows are underneath your shoulders. From here, I tuck my chin and make sure the very top of my head is on the floor. And if you can see, my hands are now supporting the back of my head. So I'm not going anywhere. Now watch this. I'm dropping my shoulders, shrugging here, no power. And see how my shoulders drop into my ears? No bueno, we don't want this. Instead, push, elbows into the mat, lift your shoulders up, and that's your power stance. So much so that you can lift the top of your head off the ground. Like, that's how much we want our shoulders and arms to work for this, all right? So if we were doing this upright, your hand is holding the back of your head, arms are on either side, and then you're pushing up. You can kind of practice here, dropping the shoulders down, pushing up. You can even mimic that weight of balancing on your head by pushing the top of your head and lifting. Ooh, got it? Okay, now we're ready. So, again, elbows underneath the shoulders, lock it in. Pinky tucks under. Both of the outside edges of my hands are flat on the floor. I tuck my chin a lot. The very crown of my head's on the floor. I'm supporting the back of my head with my hands. I'm pushing my elbows into the ground, almost to the point where I lift my head off the ground. Now, tuck your toes, lift your knees up. Woo! You're doing it. Your hips are above your head. So this could be it for you. If you can, tiptoe, feet in. I'm feeling a lot more weight on my shoulders now, so I'm really actively pushing through my elbows. Push elbows into the ground, lift the shoulders up. So when you feel your hips come to this point where they're above your head, above your shoulders, that's when you want to feel like someone punched you in the stomach and pull your ribs in. Then you come into a tight little ball, maybe one foot, then the other. And that's it. If you need to play here for a while, see how my shoulders are working, right? That's a lot of strength right there. And that's it. This is your practice, all right? I'm engaging my core a lot. Then maybe I start to extend one leg, and then maybe the other. Whew. Good. Once you're up here, if you're still with me, point your toes. Point your feet, flex your toes back. That's going to engage the front of the leg and the back of the leg. Good. Now all from here, all I'm doing is pushing, elbows into the mat, right? It's so much in my elbows that I can literally feel comfortable lifting my head up. But you don't have to do that. To come out, knee in, drop your toes, come to a child's pose. Whew. Forehead to the mat, and you can just rock your head side to side. We don't want to get dizzy here. Awesome. So go try that at home. You can practice this with a wall behind you, but I want to encourage you to practice this without a wall. And the reason is you're going to strengthen your core and you're going to get used to going up without a crutch, right? Which will just make that headstand stronger in the end. So always remember, core first. Your core engaged is going to help keep your hips stable. You're going to feel like your hips want to go over and you're going to fall. And if you do, that's okay. Make sure you have some like pillows in front of your headstand area, okay? Let's do it one more time all together. Elbows down, hands come together, pinky tucks in, both edges of my hands are on the mat. Elbows are solid underneath my shoulders. I tuck my toes, lift my hips. I'm going to drop my head, and then I'm going to walk. Keep pushing elbows into the mat. Foot in, other foot in. Stay here. Here you can see my hips, as soon as they go past, I'm going to fall. So I'm engaging and keeping everything locked in, and then one leg, and then the other. Floint. Good. And then to come out, one foot in, other foot in, extend the leg down, other leg, child's pose. Love it. Come up when you're comfortable. Definitely practice this at home. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. If you want to see more of these poses broken down, you can join the Intimate Health Online Yoga Studio. Become a member, you get live classes and a ton of yoga videos online. So keep practicing and tag me in any of your posts if you get that headstand and nail it down, all right? Mwah.